And now, MMOHuts.com and OnRPG.com proudly bring to you literally the worst podcast ever, featuring Bottom Tier.
Hey everyone, welcome to literally the worst podcast ever.
Yes, welcome to the podcast. We're back with episode 2. People really liked the first one, so it's almost.
So we're gonna do some more.
Time of writing, it's time of talking. I guess it's almost at 100 views. It's pretty crazy.
It's pretty good for us.
I have a few things I want to talk about today. Jason, I'm sure you probably brought with you some things that you'd like to discuss as well. Yeah, of course.
I heard that. Thanks, Sarah.
He said thanks, Sarah, but he said it really incredulously. He's not really thanking you.
Love you, Jason.
I don't. She loves you. Kiss, kiss. So
anyway,
so Jason, I've brought a few things with me I want to talk about, and I'm sure you did as well. What a week! We had a pretty interesting week. My time at Electronics Retailer Redacted is winding down. I'm really excited to be rid of the place, if I'm honest.
Their time is almost up, and your time is now.
Yeah, basically their time is up. My time is now.
They can't see you.
In a week, they will not see me. My time is now. Yes.
Well done.
Cena intensifies.
Well executed.
Speaking of Cena. So wrestling this week, we're building up to it looks like, I think, if I remember correctly, a Cena AJ rematch.
I think at Battleground or whatever is next, it's the Bullet Club versus John Cena and Enzo and Cass. It's gonna be a 3-on-3.
Outstanding. Time to get buried.
I don't think so. I don't think they're going to be buried.
I honestly haven't watched any wrestling content this week yet. So
that would be the biggest booking faux pas they could ever fucking make. I don't really recognize that number, so
they're not getting answered. Especially not because we're recording the podcast.
Right.
So I did want to talk about just in general, a couple of things going on in the gaming world right now. So
that's one of the things I wanted to talk about as well, because I mentioned it to you earlier this week.
Yeah, what's up?
A lot of what I've been covering lately for work for MMO Huts and on RPG I've been talking about remakes, reworks, and remasters.
Yeah. We did talk about this a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
There are a whole... This has, been the year of the remaster.
It's no one can come up with anything fucking new, so we're just gonna rehash stuff. And most of the reworks or remasters are...
last-gen games. They're not even, games
one of them's technically a this-gen game, because it's Skyrim.
Yeah, it's a game that came out...
couple of years ago.
Yeah, we're not even remaking stuff that's 10, 20, 30 years old. Nobody's going and digging up fucking... God, what's that game Nick wanted me to play?
I don't know, it was probably horrible.
It was Ultra Cop 1, 2... It was some ultimate, mech cop fucking PlayStation 1 game. It was a hidden gem.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it was. He showed me the video. And it was one of the first instances of a MOBA outside of the Warcraft 3 mod for Dota.
Okay.
Because it featured a tower defense style multiplayer mode where you spawned minions and stuff like that. I wish I could remember the name of the game, and I know it'll come to me as soon as we stop recording. Someone in the comments, if you remember a mech cop game that kind of meets those criterion, please tell us about it in the comments. But yeah, Skyrim's getting a remaster, and I don't know how I feel about it. I'm sure Sarah's probably pretty happy about it.
Well, there's one good thing to come out of the Skyrim remaster.
What's that?
Only for members of the PC Master Race.
Oh.
I.e. us.
Members of the PC Mustard Race?
Yes.
I heard that the people who'd already bought Skyrim would get the remaster.
Yeah, if you already bought Skyrim, you get the remaster for free.
And Sarah spoils my thought.
So there's that. What were you going to say?
That's what I was going to say.
Oh, well done, Sarah. Well executed. But yeah, man, Crash is getting a remake.
At least I don't have to rebuy it. I mean, when I bought it, it was on sale for $3 and some change.
Are we so creatively bankrupt that we fucking need Like, it seems now I'm all for, and I want to take this stance immediately, I'm all for some games getting remade if there's been enough time, or if it's the right game.
That's what I was thinking. Like, stuff from the PS2, PS1, like, I've bought the Final Fantasy X HD remake, I think, going on 3 or 4 times now.
And one of those was a gift for me.
Yeah, so it is 4 times. Every version of it that's been out for every platform, I own.
Well, it's a fantastic game.
It's one of my favorites, and it came out in what, 2001?
I think so.
I think
so there's
the
been
dev date was
years.
99 to that's a good amount of time, but like
Crash is getting a remake, which I'm super happy for.
See, that one I don't care about, but it's old enough where it's not a bad idea. I'm just not a big Crash fan. But
Damn it, Bethesda, give me a Morrowind remaster.
Never gonna happen.
Never gonna happen. Never.
But like BioShock Infinite is what, 3 years old, 2 years old?
Yeah, and we're getting a remaster.
You and I were living together when it came out.
Fucking Last of Us came out on PS3. It was a blockbuster, and then the PS4 launched, and they realized they didn't have that many games.
So hey, we're gonna do the thing.
We're gonna slap higher definition textures over The Last of Us and fucking give it to you again. Enjoy it.
And then there are just relaunches, but most of those I love because the biggest one that comes to mind, Earthbound. A lot of people in this generation didn't get to play Earthbound because it didn't get a launch on the Wii because of reasons, and it was only ever on the SNES, Mother 2 that is.
Yeah, well, so and then they released it on the Wii U.
Yeah, and then they put it on the 3DS because they realized the Wii U is selling like ass cakes.
Yes.
But the 3DS is selling like gangbusters.
And Nintendo still has the handheld console market in a dick hold.
They do. They have it in a front face lock, if you will.
Except it's like a front cock lock.
Yeah, same thing.
They're not going to. Well, your face is on your cock, so like that's
Hey, I do what I gotta do,
your
man.
penis from the waist up. Like that's how you are. Like that's
the life I lead, I'm afraid.
It's an unfortunate life. I don't know how you shop for shirts. Like,
I don't.
I have questions. I have a lot of questions, and I feel like none of them are going to get answered in a satisfying manner.
Man, speaking of shirts, I'm kind of bummed. We're kind of going back to wrestling real quick because you know that I am now a huge fan of the local hero Joe Hendry.
Yeah, aka Captain Gimmick Infringement stealing my shtick. No, I'm just kidding.
Joe Hendry, you stole his gimmick, and if he could wrestle, he would fight you for it.
No, we'd make a hell of a tag team, though.
Hell yeah.
If I could wrestle at all, we'd make a hell of a tag team.
I went to go try and buy the hoodie, the local hero hoodie.
Damn me for being fat and crippled. Sorry, go ahead, what? I was lamenting the loss of the world's greatest tag team before it has even formed. Yeah.
And they don't ship to America, and I was heartbroken.
Of course they don't. I'm sure Pro Wrestling Tees has something.
I hope so. I'm going to have to look. But back to the nature of our industry, like I don't hate remakes.
Yeah.
Because some of I know it'd be really hypocritical because Final Fantasy X, Earthbound,
Final Fantasy
other games.
X. Let's be honest, we have to say Final Fantasy X for every time you bought it. So
yeah,
it makes up like Booker 5 entries in this list. Yeah, 5 time purchaser of Final Fantasy X.
Like I had when we worked at Game Crazy, I had like 4 copies of the game.
You gave me one. I know you just had it
I
laying
sure
around.
Did. Also gave you your copy of Earthbound.
You did, which was lost in the house fire.
Yeah.
And that makes me sad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for that to happen.
I can't be mad at you for that. I could, but I'd be a prick sandwich.
Can I ask you a question? Like a somewhat serious question?
No, but go ahead.
What even is Kotaku anymore? Like, I don't go there
Hulk Hogan's bitch.
I don't go, well, aside from that, I don't go there on principle. Like
I don't either because they're a bunch of fucking smarky sellouts that post clickbait bullshit, whatever they think. Like me and Jamie, our editor, were talking about this. For those of you who don't know who Jamie is, shout outs to Jamie.
Yeah.
We were talking about this the other day because, like, Kotaku's writers, quote unquote, have really nice benefits and they get paid pretty well, but at the cost of any integrity you could ever hope to have as a journalist. Like, whatever they tell you to write, you write. And that's the end of the discussion. You don't get to have a say-so. Like, when Darren hands me an assignment, I don't have to wonder, is he going to be mad if I take a fat steaming dump on this game? Because he wants me to be honest.
Yeah. Now, with that said, that doesn't mean that you go looking for reasons to take fat steaming dumps on games.
Once or twice, maybe I have, but they earned it.
Yeah, well, I mean, that is what it is, but you have
Remember
to try
that
to keep
Ninja
the money out of
browser
politics,
game?
you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Remember that Ninja web browser game I played, though?
Gag me with a fucking wooden spoon.
Sweet baby Judas, that was horrible.
Well, like, I'm looking at their front page, and, like, I look at these articles.
We're officially starting beef with Kotaku, is what's happening here.
I guess this is like a drive-by. Like, and this isn't even going to register on their radar, but, like, half of these articles, like, what the fuck are they even about?
It's like what, 2 sentences and then a YouTube link?
Basically.
Now,
there are some pretty, like, okay, this guy is going into XCOM's last DLC, and they're talking about the update. I will say that I did get rewarded for my visit with a GIF of a mod for Street Fighter V, where it's probably the most nude mod I've ever seen.
Oh boy.
Everyone is skeletons. It's just skeletons. Like it's a GIF of the Armika ass slap with the corrected camera angle, but it's a skeleton. It's just a skeleton. It's too spoopy 5 me is what it is. I've never been both aroused and alarmed at the same time. Like, I have adrenaline, but I also have, like, blood in places it probably shouldn't be. Like, it's... I'm very confused right now. I can't stop watching it. It's on an infinite loop, and I just... It's hypnotizing. It's...
But while we're talking about Kotaku style...
No, go ahead.
While we're talking about Kotaku style articles and Armika's skeleton ass slapping...
Yes, because there's really a lot of places you can go with that.
There really are. Now, admittedly, on RPG and MMO huts do news posts like that, where it's a sentence or two and then it's a YouTube link.
Yeah.
But we do actual journalism, too. We do actual game reviews where actual effort is put in, and we're not giving a rim job under the table so they'll like us more. And unlike certain people at Kotaku, we don't get banned from covering Bethesda because we blew coverage way too early more often than their dads do.
Well, that is a lot. I did not mean for this to be a Kotaku bashing session. I was looking at it and I'm like,
hey, when you suck, you suck.
What even is shit anymore? We're going to get some hate because I imagine there's going to be some Kotaku fans in the audience.
Whatever. Fuck them.
There's really not a whole lot going on the gaming side of things right now. Like, you've got Star Trek Online's about to drop its new expansion.
It actually dropped today.
Yeah, so they just dropped it.
Because it's based on the original Star Trek, like, original generation. It's actually... It took me a really long time to get into Star Trek Online, but it has been fun. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, and it's so wacky. By the way, I did want to talk about something real quick, and I feel like we're jumping all over the fucking place. Did you watch Raw this week?
I watched most of it.
What in the actual good goddamn it? It was America the television program.
Well, it was the fucking 4th of July. It was the 4th of America.
It was the 4th of America Day, but no, like, holy shit. Like,
it was just wacky. There was not a even the only serious moments were tainted with wackiness.
Did they even do anything? I haven't watched it yet, but I've seen, like, clips. And that's why I was hesitant to watch it. I know I said I hadn't watched any wrestling content this week.
I would watch it anyways when you have some, like, put it on in the background when you're working on the Star Trek video.
Yeah.
Like, when you're done with the actual audio from it, that is. Like, there's a really good AJ Styles promo. It's funny. It's not wacky, but it is funny. The New Day cut an interesting promo, and I think they're going to split that team up.
I do also have to tell you, by the way, as an aside, related to both work and video games in a weird sort of way. I saw a dude today at work that looked like he ate Cactus Jack. I don't...
My microphone almost wore a Cherry Coke.
He did. He looked like he fucking ate him and gained his powers. Like, he fucking... The only thing he was missing was a flannel shirt. Like, he had the hair, the beard, the missing teeth. He had everything.
So you met a homeless man, is what you're saying.
He was firing on all jack cylinders. And I have to tell you, fucking...
Were you worried?
No, bang bang. But my fucking AP guy over the radio goes, "Hey, Colton, watch out. There's a dude back there who looks like Dude Love." And I didn't know what bothered me more. The fact that he didn't go for Cactus immediately because the dude had the crazy look in his eye. Or that my AP guy knows who Dude Love is. Like that.
Well, as well he should. He was the Babe Magnet.
Well, he was, but I was blown away by having like 2 or 3 different revelations in rapid succession.
Your brain didn't know how to process
it.
That.
It didn't. And by the way, I feel like we're jumping all over the fucking place, but if you're not playing Tembo the Badass Elephant, what are you even doing with your life?
Though that does segue pretty nicely.
We've had some fantastic streams in the last couple of days. Like
that's where I was gonna go.
Tembo the Badass Elephant earlier this week was a lot of fun. You can catch the replay on this channel actually. Last night we played Smite and our adventure
like 28
quest,
people.
Our adventure quest 3D codes brought all the boys to the yard.
And
then they
people
stayed
weren't even
and they
butthurt.
subscribed.
Yeah.
One dude was all the way from deli meat. No.
Turkey,
that was it, yeah.
Actually, there were 2 people from Turkey that I'm aware of.
Super awesome.
One of them donated. We don't get a lot of donations because we don't push for it. We don't prod for it. Yeah. We don't ask anybody for anything, but we don't mind if you do.
Patreon from time to time.
Hell yeah, we do, because we do have a Patreon at patreon.com/bottom tier.
And we do got to make that money, boo boo. But I digress.
It was so much fun. We even won games.
We did. We even won. I'm really excited about all the things that are going on with our channel. I think probably the most important thing I'm excited about is actually being able to work on the channel. Once I move, I'm gonna have at least a little bit more free time.
I think you'll have a lot more free time because you won't be working like 50 hours a week.
Yes.
I mean, you'll still have class stuff to do, but...
Well, yeah, but it won't be anywhere near as fucking...
Oh, Lord, no.
I'm working 3 jobs right now, and that's
we can schedule things, and that will be good.
Yes.
Ooh, pardon me.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't have a ton of things really left to cover. Simply because there hasn't been a lot that happened this week.
It has been sort of a boring week. But that's okay. We are exciting people. As the most viewed channel on YouTube in history.
100%. In fact, they're trying to discover a new element so they know what fucking play button to give us.
It's gonna be wild.
They blew past all those losers with diamond play buttons. I'm kidding. We love the YouTube community and we're super glad to be a part of it.
We really are.
And one day, who knows, maybe we will be one of the most viewed channels. We never know.
I believe in us.
I'm so fucking on the fence about this Steam controller.
I think they look neat.
I have not held one yet, and I'm really nervous about how that touchpad would work.
You don't have them at Electronics Retailer Redacted?
We do not currently. It has one analog stick. It looks really weird.
I don't think I can have one that only has one. I'm so used to having 2.
Feel like the touch D-pad would be really good for fighting games, though.
I can agree with that.
Because you could roll all over it.
It's like the Turbo Touch 360.
Kind of, yeah.
90s controllers. We got them.
I don't think we should call anything the Turbo Touch.
Fair enough. I actually owned one though for the SNES.
Oh, did you?
I really liked it for playing Street Fighter. Hated it for Mortal Kombat.
Well, yeah, because Mortal Kombat has a lot of like back, forward, like a lot of inputs you would do if you're dumb. Like a lot of inputs you would do
if you're playing a bad game.
A lot of inputs you might do if something didn't work right in your brain.
I have something video game related we can talk about.
I thought you were gonna say you have something wrong with your brain.
Well,
I have something wrong with my brain.
Well, you know.
Okay. My brother told me he could body me in Mortal Kombat. I want to talk about that for just a split second.
Yeah. Oh,
it was with my brother for the 4th of July. That was fun. My brother lives back in Havelock now, which is not too far from where I'm at, and where we're at, because you're back now too. About 30 minutes from where you're at.
Yeah, it's really close to me, like maybe 40 at the most.
Yeah, if you take 9 Mile, it's pretty quick. So I was with my brother, and we're playing Call of Duty, and we're getting our fucking yams candied.
What were you guys playing on?
Good. We were playing on Xbox One.
Okay.
We were playing Advanced Warfare because it's one of the only like 2 games he has. He has Advanced Warfare, and he has Mortal Kombat XL. And I was like, we're doing all right, but we're kind of getting roasted. And he goes, yeah, well, that's okay. I can destroy you in Mortal Kombat later if you want. And I stopped for a moment.
You had to pause and let that sentence like process.
Yeah, and I said, you know what? I'm not gonna bring this up later. Because I'm gonna let him forget that he offered to play this game with me. And I'm gonna let it go because it's not worth ruining
your friendship and family.
Our friendship and bond that we've taken so many years to build over how hard he fucking catches these hands in Mortal Kombat.
You could always offer Street Fighter.
That's not better. That's worse.
You have to assert the way things work with an older sibling as the eldest sibling. You have to assert dominance, and you have to let him think that he's going to win. You casually throw it out there, like, you know, we could maybe play Street Fighter. I haven't played that in a while.
That's not fucking casually throwing it out there. That's hustling. That's fucking a work. That's what that is. That's a bold-faced lie.
Haven't you hustled people in games before?
I know I have. I have 101 hours played in Street Fighter V. 10 of those hours were this week.
Well, then just play a bit more. Like,
that's a fucking hustle, is what that is. And
well, yes, if you want to be fair,
are you gonna fucking make me tell that story? I don't want to tell that story. I do.
About Guitar Hero.
So I was with and.
I don't want to tell it, but here it is.
No, I said I do. I do want to tell it. It's a story made worse by the fact that the opening sentence of the story is, so I was in Fayetteville on a trip with my church youth group.
Sorry, Jesus.
Sorry, Jesus. I gotta get that money, boo-boo. This was after the release of Guitar Hero, or it was right before. Yeah, it was right after the release of Guitar Hero 3.
It was after 3, because I think we had met then.
All the stores... No, we had not met, because I didn't meet you until college, and I was still in high school when 3 came out.
Oh, then yeah, we absolutely had not.
I was my senior year of high school that it came out.
Oh, okay.
So I think it might have been my junior year that it came out. And not important. Anyway, it had just come out, and I had been playing the dog shit out of it, because my uncle Brian, who is the coolest person who ever breathed, notwithstanding my mother... who birthed a legend, you know, and then she had me. So, with that in mind, my uncle gave me Guitar Hero 3 and I played the hell out of it. And I was already godlike at Guitar Hero games. They're one of the few things in the world that I'm really, really, really fucking good at. And so
I can't deny that.
One day I'll play it on stream. I'll download Guitar Zero or Guitar Hero 3 on PC and I'll find an Explorer controller and I'll shred for you guys. So I was playing it all the time, and there were a couple songs I played a lot more than others. And Rock You Like a Hurricane was one that I was really into at that time. And it was one that happened to be on every retail demo of the game.
Since ever.
So we were in the mall. Now, this trip that we were on, it's called Pilgrimage. Okay, we go to, like... it's like a weekend type, like rally getaway type thing. And Saturday, there's a break between sessions. It's like you go to a morning session, you go eat lunch, you have like 2 hours you can kill, and then you're 2 or 3 hours you can kill, and you come back that evening. And our youth group's tradition was we always go to the mall. Always. Never fucking fails. Always go to the mall in Fayetteville. So because they have a somewhat nice mall. So we go to the mall.
That's only because you're comparing it to Jacksonville.
That's very true. It's sad. So we're going to. I've seen a cardboard box fort that was a better mall than Jacksonville, North Carolina. So we go to the mall, and I went GameStop with a friend of mine, my friend Ray, and we shout out to Ray if you should ever hear this. Not Ray, not the Ray you're thinking of.
Not
Jason.
Ray Pagan. No.
So,
but shout outs to Ray Pagan. Anyways.
Shout outs to him too. We love you. Kiss, kiss. Love you. Mean it. So we were in GameStop, and this guy, I'm about to play the demo. This guy's playing it, and when I'm really good at something,
you're the most obnoxious asshat in the universe.
Despite my best efforts, I can be a little bit of a show off and a little obnoxious.
All right, Dolph Ziggler.
And I wasn't trying to be. And the guy, killed, he was doing all right. And I'm like, man, that was a pretty good job you did with that song. And he's like, yeah, man, I don't think anybody could beat this thing on expert. And I'm like, I think I could. And he's like, what? And I go, yeah, I've played it a couple times. I think I could probably do it. I've tried it. And he goes, nah, man, I don't think you could do it. I said, I bet you $20 right now I could do it. I bet you $20 right now I could play Rock You Like a Hurricane without looking at the screen. And he goes, on expert. I said, yeah, on expert.
Yeah, why not?
What the fuck were we talking about? Yeah, sure, why not? I got nothing to lose. Except $20. And he goes, all right, fine. And I grab the guitar controller, and right as the song starts, I'm looking at the screen. I see the first note coming, and I hear the drum count. I turn my back to the screen and I lean against the demo stand, and I'm staring this motherfucker right in the eyes the whole time.
Up.
And that first fucking riff hits, and my buddy Ray, who's holding the money, he just pats old boy on the shoulder.
You done been hustled, son.
And he's like, I just want you to remember that you signed up for this.
you asked for this.
You agreed to this. And he didn't even stay for the whole song. That's what upset me the most. He didn't even stay to hang out for the whole thing. He's like,
he didn't want to admit defeat.
I got to the solo and he bounced. I'm like, fine, I'm gonna look now. You're leaving. And I'm gonna shred now. And I did it. And I'm a jackass. And I was a shitty person.
I was actually pretty proud when I heard about this. I won't lie, I was proud.
Well, I figure...
Because if someone's going to be a colossal dick sandwich, I hope they know that they're going to have to eventually eat that sandwich.
Yeah, that eventually they're going to have to put the chode sandwich in their mouth. And one day, that may well be me.
Maybe.
Who knows? I know I've fucking been embarrassed at things before, but
Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo.
I don't want to talk about it. Well, do you know what? We will talk about it. We'll talk about it next time.
Bottom tier.